I am just as special as the rest of my family.
Who wants more pink?
All right, guys, where do I drop the wagon?
Maybe your gift is being in denial.
So let's just get started. Obviously, you worked with Moana, this movie, and The Little Mermaid is coming up. I need to know what brings you back to Disney, and what's your passion for coming back to Disney with The Little Mermaid coming up?
I think because the original Little Mermaid blew my brain up in 1989, and I still haven't put the pieces back together. That was the transformative moment for me when it comes to musical storytelling on screen. And I had a wonderful experience on Moana, but I was also the last guy hired on Moana. Like, she existed, the story and journey existed, and I was sort of jumping onto a fast moving train with that. And so after that experience, I just said, can I be in on the ground floor of whatever you're making next? And I was so happy to help develop these characters as I wrote music for them over the many-year process that led to Encanto. And then, it's full circle with Little Mermaid, because I just feel like the chairman of the Don't Mess It Up committee. This is the movie that means more to me than anything in the world. And to get to write new lyrics for new songs with Alan Menken was not even a dream come true, because how could you have the audacity to dream to write with Alan Menken? It's like some special bonus round.
Now, speaking of making new music, new movies, you made 8 original soundtracks for Encanto. What was the inspiration for some of these songs? Because they do have a lot of heart. And how much research did you do with it? I know you went to Colombia in 2018 with Howard and Bush. So can you talk about what inspired you to create some of these songs for Encanto?
The goal we set for ourselves was, can we really write about a family, like an intergenerational Latino family? I grew up in one of those, and there's the way you see yourself, and there's the role your family places you in. And there's always that interesting, and the way you're yourself differently around different members of your family. That's complicated. And so we wanted to write songs to speak to that. So first of all, there's the Columbian research and getting that right. I'm really proud we have an all Latino music team with our score composer Jermaine and my producer Mike Elizondo, and just hiring tons of Colombian musicians and making sure the instrumentation and the rhythms were right on. That always just brings new vitality to what you're working on. But more importantly was just getting family dynamics right, and getting to write a song from the perspective of the older sister who is putting way more responsibility on herself than perhaps she should. I have an older sister who does that. To writing about the way our parents see us versus how we see ourselves. Like, that's all. It's all complicated stuff, and that's where you want to go to when you're writing.
So talking about The Little Mermaid, are you thinking about mixing new songs with the classic kind of like undertone of The Little Mermaid, or are we looking at all new composition?
Oh, no, we didn't cut any of the songs you like from Little Mermaid. Everything you like and I adore in that movie is still there. But we did find a couple of moments for some new songs, and that was really exciting. I think probably a little weird for Alan Menken was, I know that score as well as he does, because I wore out my compact disc of The Little Mermaid. I probably went through a few compact discs, scratched them, then bought it again. And so, it was really fun to go back to the musical vocabulary that already existed and build new moments out of it.
So what's different about your approach working with something that's been done before at least once, like Little Mermaid, and how do you honor the past but make it a refreshing story to new audience members?
Well, I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away before, the Disney people just take me away. But I can tell you that everyone who was involved in making this movie loves the original. And so the goal was, what can we do in a live action setting that we couldn't do in the animated version? And we have an incredible cast, and it was exciting to sort of find new moments, to write a song from this character who maybe you haven't heard from, or you didn't hear from them in this moment in the film, but you've always wanted to. It was like, oh, I get to write what Ariel gets to say now? What? I had a lot of pinch me moments like that because, again, I've seen that movie more than perhaps the creators have.
Okay, my final question, and this is probably going to be a tough one for you, but if you were part of the Madrigal family, what would your gift be?
Oh, I know what I would want my gift to be. Of the existing gifts, I think I would love Dolores's gift because I love to hear what everyone is saying at all times, which is also probably a burden. But I would love freeze time powers. I was always so jealous when Zach Morris in Saved by the Bell would just go time out and kind of waltz out of whatever situation he got himself into. That would come in very handy.
All right, awesome. Well, that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Happy holidays. Thank you, everybody.
You too.